Jesus,
That'll be
don't.
good.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Don't.
Especially
Just
since
don't
we
do it.
just went live, so people hearing you
Yay!
say I should keep that all in the podcast have to download it now to listen to it.
I guess for that sweet jokes, for all those great bangers.
For that exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Audio only listeners get the real bits.
Right. And that's all Twitch's fault for taking forever. Their ingest servers lately have been so bad. Holy shit.
I wouldn't know.
Do we
It's
at least
Bob
have
Ross's
video?
fault. Hmm?
Do we at least have video? Because that was
Yeah.
an issue for the last month.
Yeah, that was a Skype problem.
Oh,
That
okay.
seems to have been worked out.
Okay.
Yeah, and Bob Ross is only on Mondays now, so
Yes.
it's not an ingest server issue like that.
Not anymore.
Also, I'm back for some reason.
Hi.
Yay!
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm here for 2 episodes and I'm gone again. Yay!
So when do you leave? When do you leave, and what's the next trip?
I'm going to the U.S. for American Thanksgiving with my girlfriend and her family.
It's cool. I'm doing Thanksgiving stuff down here too. Paul, are you gonna have Thanksgiving in 2 weeks?
What weekend is that?
That's the weekend.
It's 2 weekends.
Like the
the
23rd to
28th?
the 27th, that range.
23rd
Yeah.
to the 27th.
Yeah, American Thanksgiving is like Thursday, isn't
It's
it?
on the third. I learned today. It's the third Thursday of the month.
Yeah, okay. The 26th?
No,
I'll be
because
working.
that's the 4th. It's the 4th.
Really? Someone straight up said third Thursday.
Well, the third Thursday of November
Well,
is the
it's the
19th.
fourth.
19th.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone said the third Thursday. I guess it's the fourth Thursday.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
the second Monday for us and the third or the fourth Thursday for them.
Okay.
What if there was like a fifth Thursday?
I mean,
Could that even happen? I don't
Yeah,
think
you
it
could do that
easily.
if it started on a Tuesday. Easily, yeah, you could get that. Even if it started on like a Monday and there was 31 days.
You got to have
Yeah.
that 31 days.
Yep.
Which November
Anyway,
doesn't
are you doing
have, but anyway.
Thanksgiving stuff, Paul?
Zeta Shade's saying it's
Yeah,
fourth
I'm
Thursday.
working.
It's confirming.
And I
You're
work.
working,
I
okay.
worked Canadian Thanksgiving, so I'm going to be doing the exact same thing for American Thanksgiving as I did for Canadian Thanksgiving.
Well,
It's
I mean,
kind of
it's not a
tradition around
holiday
here.
up here, so
It doesn't
Okay.
matter. I work holidays.
get that sweet, sweet overtime. Time and a half.
Honestly, it's kind of why. That's how I pay for the $80 video games up here now.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's about. Speaking of video game prices, Black Friday's coming up, and there's some
Yeah.
sweet deals, and I'm just laughing at you guys.
Oh, we
Like
get
the whole-
those too because the internet. But
I-
like
what's
our
in the
Our
exchange
exchange
deals,
is
kills
shitty.
our deals return to your normal prices, basically.
But that's a deal for us, so I'm excited.
Okay,
Yay.
there you go. There you go. John, why don't you tell us about your trips?
Okay. I guess it's been a while. Started off with going to Portland for the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Had a good time there. Bought a bunch of cool stuff. I got myself a Virtual Boy.
Whoa, I want to try that so badly when I come up.
All right. My friend's got to sell me the rest of the parts because I bought
What?
the actual. So here's the thing. All right. So story time with this. This Virtual Boy cost me $45.
Okay.
This is just the helmet.
Okay.
You need the controller. You need the controller as well. Everywhere that was selling with the controller was $180.
Holy shit.
Okay. All right.
So I was like, all right, I really want a Virtual Boy, so I'll bite the bullet and pay the extra cost.
I
And
really
then my-
want a Virtual Boy. Said no
Dude,
one
I've wanted
ever.
one for years. I've wanted one for years.
He's got a museum to stock.
Oh,
Paul,
you're right.
shut up.
You're right. Oh god, the museum. That joke hasn't been around for a month.
That's true. That's true.
I'm glad it came back with me, clearly.
You kind of brought it
Yup.
upon yourself by bringing a relic that nobody had from the past back.
I mean, all right, whatever. So I'm like, all right, I'll buy the controller and everything because someone had one that was in really good condition, had the stand and everything. And then my friend Mike, who was with me, was like, dude, I've got like 3 Virtual Boys. I'll just give you a controller. I'm like, okay. So
Why
now
does
I
he
have to go to,
3 Virtual Boys?
because he's a collector. He's the guy
Okay.
who has like 5,500 games.
Okay.
okay.
Wait, does he have more than you?
Yeah, by
Oh.
like almost double.
Oh, okay. All right.
So he's got like a broken Virtual Boy. He's like, I'll just give you the controller for it, and you're good to go. And I found an in-box AC adapter for it too.
Don't open that.
Wow.
It was already open.
Mint.
It was already open. It's not mint. It's not
Mint?
even remote. That mint Virtual
AC
Boy.
adapter.
Dude,
Yeah.
The box is so 90s. It's amazing. Let me see if I can get this at least on camera for you guys because it's like,
It says Virtual Boy.
yeah, it's like all very like Tron-y and like Hunt for Red October
That's
color
so
scheme.
good. That brings back
It's
some
great.
memories, actually. Yeah.
It's
Can
great.
do you have enough to like start up a game and look at like the menu screen?
No, because believe it or not, you need the controller to actually power the system.
Huh. All right.
Okay.
Because the
That's
battery
weird.
pack is attached to the controller or the AC adapter is attached to the controller. No in between. So
Do you have that stand?
no, but here's the weird thing. Apparently the reason all those Virtual Boys were so expensive was because of the stand. Apparently the stand goes for like 60 plus bucks by itself.
Isn't it like a tripod?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
really weird.
So what's your plan? Like, are you getting a stand from your friend too?
I think he might have one. I think he
Okay.
might have one he's getting fixed. So
What would you do if you didn't have the stand? Just like put it on a box?
yeah, probably.
Okay. That's great.
Or like
Makes sense.
it's weird. Everyone I talked to was like, dude, just like lie down on the ground and put it on your face. You'll be great.
You could use your
Yeah.
the sweet Sega release Let's Tap and the box that came included with that.
No, that didn't. Well, only certain versions came with that box. I have Let's Tap, and it doesn't have the box.
I thought like every retail one came with a box.
Unless it's like hidden inside the case, which I'm pretty sure it is.
No, I thought it was like the case.
Oh,
It
like
had
the
like a
actual
slip cover.
No, no slip cover. It's
Okay.
just like a standard Wii case.
Okay. All right. That was a weird game.
It is.
That's a Virtual Boy.
It is a Virtual Boy.
So that's the best thing you got in Portland?
I mean, I got some other cool. I got some actual like good stuff.
Okay. What's the best thing you got in Portland?
I got a Game Boy Advance copy of Mother 3 translated.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
That's
Okay.
a good one. I got the Wario Land for Virtual Boy game. That's apparently I think the best game on the system.
I want to play that when I come up.
I got some games I'm not going to talk about yet because they're hidden for streams.
Okay. Are you able to stream Virtual Boy games?
Sadly, no. I
Okay.
don't even know if there's an emulator for Virtual Boy now that I think about it.
I
I
haven't.
don't think
seen it, but I
anyone's bothered.
don't- Okay.
That's probably fair.
Could you stick like a GoPro in there?
Probably. I think that's actually how some people record that stuff.
I'm just saying, like untapped market.
All of them hot Virtual Boy LPs.
Yep. Yep. What? Okay. So what is the worst thing you got at Portland?
I mean, technically the Virtual Boy.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think. It's probably some stream games that I can't talk about.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, actually, I know what it is, but I can't tell you for sure because for stream. But yeah, it's pretty bad. After we came back from Portland, I was home for a
I'm going to
day.
assume it's Golden Compass for the 360.
No,
Good guess. Good guess.
I'd argue.
I mean,
I'd argue
I own
it's
that
worse.
game. Just going to
I
say
would-
that.
I would argue it's worse. I will type it into our chat for you guys while I'm describing
All right.
that I was home for a day and then left for my second trip, which was to go to Atlanta to record some Runaway Guys stuff.
So we were talking about this when you were doing between 1 and 2, and we both came to the conclusion that you must have why come home? You must have done like a circle.
No,
Why?
because I'm here, Portland's here, Seattle or Atlanta's all the way down here.
Yeah, but like, is it? But why not
Oh,
just get
I
a?
also drove to Portland, by the way.
Oh,
So
okay. I thought.
that also complicates things.
Okay.
I left out that part. I did the drive to Seattle, and then Reese and I drove down to Portland, and then the next day or two I drove back.
Okay. All right. Real quick. I'm not gonna say what you typed. Did you not have the second one already?
It was not mine. It was my ex's.
Also,
Oh.
that game is baller.
Is that the word you'd use for it?
That is the appropriate word for it. Yes.
Actually, was given 3 other games to go with it too. They're all borrowed from a friend, so that'll be an experience when that goes live.
Nice. Nice.
Yay.
I can't wait to actually see that again. I haven't seen that game in a while. So.
Dude, I do you remember if it like actually show? Oh, I can't say that because that'll spoil what it is. Never mind.
We can
We'll
talk
off-
after.
We'll talk after.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went to Atlanta, recorded some TRG stuff, did a live stream from there as well, and then that was for about a week, I think, maybe a little bit over. And then I came back for 2 days and left for Jamaica.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So I went. My sister did a destination wedding, so we all flew down to Jamaica.
I actually didn't know the wedding was in Jamaica. I knew you were doing a wedding. So when I heard you were in Jamaica, I literally thought it was just like you randomly going to Jamaica again. Because you've done that.
No, I done it once, and I don't want to do that again.
Okay.
And after doing this Jamaica trip, I don't want to go back to Jamaica again. I think I got my Jamaica experience the first time.
Okay.
I mean, there was some nice relaxing stuff. The resort wasn't the best. It's definitely a different experience from the weird whirlwind tour we did last year.
Okay.
We're in like a completely different part of Jamaica as well. The resort was weird in that there was really nothing to do after it got dark, and it gets dark in Jamaica like around 5:30.
I mean, I've never been to a resort. I don't think I have.
Is that for like safety reasons? Because Jamaica has some pretty bad crime.
There is some pretty bad crime in Jamaica. So here's the story that I was going to say before we started. So Sean and Paul asked me why didn't I like go swimming after dark or anything like that. They were joking like, what, do they shut down the beach at night? And I was going to say they don't, but they warn you not to go out at night for two reasons. One, jellyfish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Two, and this is true.
All right.
There are people scuba diving in the ocean at night to come up and sell you things on the beach.
Yeah, sure.
they'll just emerge.
I think people
Seriously?
forget that Jamaica actually has like some really, really bad problems with crime. Like really bad. So no, it's understandable why they would shut down. Like night falls, you better be like white boy, go back to your room sort of thing.
To sell you stuff though, like are they like coming out of the water with like a wetsuit trench coat and being like watches?
Sort of not
coat.
watches. It's more like bead art and stuff like that, like pendants and necklaces and stuff they made. And they're like, "Yo, you want to give a nice tour? Or you want to get a like nice thing here? I got some stuff you want to sell. Give me some money."
This is absurd. I thought I thought the place you were going with this was that they would just try and mug you in the water while scuba diving.
That happens if you don't buy from them.
Yeah,
that could happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that how you got your virtual boy? No. Although that would have been funny.
That would have been a better story for the virtual boy, to be fair.
Yeah. Dude, we were watching TV because like there was nothing to do at night. And they kept on Cartoon Network, they kept advertising this local Jamaican YouTube channel where he reviewed games.
Okay.
Do you want to give him a shout out?
I was gonna ask, like, did you check him out? Like, is he like popping?
He's got like 1,000 subscribers.
Oh man, you got to get in on that. Just like drop a bomb.
Here's the weird thing: he doesn't put videos on his YouTube channel anymore. It's just on like their Jamaican like Shaw TV equivalent. So like they're just community channel.
Amazing. That's so good.
Okay.
I don't know. Jamaica was fun. Otherwise, it was just weird that there was like really nothing to do at night. They would have like a stage show. But
yeah, see, I'm picturing like nighttime comes and there's like a dance floor or hot tubs or like, you know, some like a comedy show, dinner.
So they had two pools. They also shut down at night.
What?
They weren't lit. Like they wouldn't light up at all. There's no lights around them.
Okay, so because there's no lights, someone could be like sneaky shop scuba diving in there.
Except they warn people that they put chemicals in at like 6:30 at night. So don't go swimming in the pool at night at all. Because that's apparently their downtime to clean it.
All right.
They would have one stage show, and it would be different every night. There was actually a Michael Jackson one that we caught a bit of that was actually pretty good.
Cool.
Okay.
There is a discotheque, but I don't know when it was open because it didn't tell you, and it was closed. There was one day we went in there because it was like the night of my sister's wedding that we went in there because we had it booked for 2 hours. It was kind of terrible.
Oh.
And
that's a bummer.
We had the most amazing DJ, though. I can't remember what the dude's name was. I have to look it up. I tweeted it. And it was just kind of incredible. It was like DJ Cucumber or something like that.
Like amazing because he played like sweet jams or like what?
DJ Coleslaw, the musical mixed vegetable.
What?
That's great.
That was the DJ's name.
Okay.
It was kind of incredible.
Was there anything besides his name that was incredible, or was it just like it started and stopped at this name?
It kind of started and stopped at the name.
Okay.
he had. It's weird. Reese and I kept commenting on this every time. Every time there was like a speaker system or like a microphone setup or something, no matter where it was, it would just randomly cut out for no reason. Every audio system had this problem.
Hmm.
And I don't know why. It was like consistent.
Okay, all right.
But no, like, yeah, it's funny because Reese and I just spent like half the time at night because like the family would just kind of hang out for a bit. And once we were done hanging out with them, we would just go watch Cartoon Network. But it was Brazilian Cartoon Network.
Nice.
So like
So-
not even in English.
No, here's a weird thing. It was all in English, but they were showing shows that I don't think air in North America anymore.
So
Like
older
the-
stuff.
Like The Annoying Orange.
I don't know what that is.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, Sonic Boom at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was actually all right. It was. I'm
I
surprised
mean,
I-
that still airs.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. Dragon
Like-
Ball Z Kai still airs.
That's great.
Regular show was on
Okay.
a lot. Adventure Time was on a lot. There was some other show that was on a lot that I don't think even airs.
I mean, this sounds like current stuff. I thought it was going to be like they were showing some Rugrats.
That would be great.
they showed Shrek 4 for some reason a lot.
Amazing. I have seen that though.
Shrek 4 was on twice.
That's not a movie we're seeing twice or once.
Then they showed a Dragon Ball Z movie in Spanish.
All right. That's cool.
I don't know. It was an interesting experience watching Jamaican TV. But yeah, I came back from that Monday, and Reese went home yesterday. So now I'm here for a week, and I can unpack my house. Yay!
Cool.
There you go. There you go. Happy to be back.
I'm happy to be home. I'm tired
I
of
bet.
traveling.
I bet that's a lot of traveling.
So it's good to have a little bit of downtime to recoup and actually like get back to streaming and making videos and stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into
Top down perspective.
yeah. Let's start that podcast for November 12th.
Yeah.
Sean, John, and Paul are here. We're all here today.
We're all
Hooray.
here.
Yay!
Rare sight these days.
All right. Well, John's talked enough right now. Paul,
Yeah.
why don't you tell us what you've been playing?
I've been playing this badass game called Duelyst. It is. Yeah. Go ahead.
I've heard you talking about this on Twitter a lot. Tell me
Dude,
more.
it's so good. It's like a game like Hearthstone mixed with a tactics game, like Fire Emblem or something like that, or Final Fantasy Tactics.
okay.
So you play your minions or whatever on a field, like a grid, and after you do that, you can like move them around, and they have different abilities and stuff. And it's a tactics game, basically. Your thing is you try to kill the enemy general or whatever before they kill you. So very basic, but a lot of strategy can be employed because there's different units that do different things. Melee units obviously have to be close to something, like within their range to hit it. Ranged units will be able to shoot anywhere on the battlefield. Some of them have like a taunt system that like anybody in range of this minion or enemy or whatever cannot move or act against anything else but it, like until it dies or is silenced or something. You can't move anywhere else, or you can't attack anything else. You have to attack the minion taunting you, sort of thing. It's really cool, and lends itself to a lot of gameplay because Hearthstone is pretty addictive in its own right, but then you add a tactics game on top, and like there's so much you can do. I made a deck that is just basically taunts. So the idea of it is you get in close to the enemy, you put like 5 taunts down around them so they just can't get out, then you put big things that will kill them in a couple hits. And just basically try to run them out before they can deal with it. It's
Sorry,
been
I think
pretty
I
effective.
missed a bit of the intro. This is a
Yeah.
card battling game?
Yes.
Okay.
But
so
with
it's like
the
Metal
tac-
Gear Acid.
No. It's more like a Final Fantasy Tactics where you play like the people that you're moving.
Well,
Yeah, it's
actually,
cards.
he's not.
Yeah, well, because wasn't
he's not
Acid
entirely wrong,
also
actually. He's not
grid-based?
entirely wrong. There is some stuff from Acid. Acid was a tactics and card-based game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I think it's much more simplified than that. It plays a lot more like a Hearthstone.
This seems like you have
general.
more units because
Yeah.
Acid was basically you, or basically Snake, and like maybe one other unit.
Yeah. This is way more than that. Like you have a lot of cards you can play. There's not a whole lot to say about it. It's in beta right now. You can download it for free and play it. It does the like to get new cards, you can buy a deck sort of thing with in-game currency like Hearthstone, or you could pay real money if you wanted to buy more than just one at a time. You will get awarded enough to buy some new cards and stuff here and there. You can craft new cards so you can like build a deck that you want to play. And yeah, I suggest people that like Hearthstone or tactics game try it out. It's really, really fun, really, really easy to pick up. There's only like 3 tutorial levels, and then you just know how to play the whole game. It like takes 5 minutes to get through that. And I just like games that are very simple mechanically, but like with a lot of depth that you can get better with and try different things out. So that's been taking up some of my time, but the one that's been taking up most of my time is Fallout 4.
Okay.
That game is exactly how you think it probably is.
Hot new release.
Is it another Fallout game?
You played Fallout 3, right?
Nope.
A little bit.
Okay. It's Fallout 3, again, modernized with some extra stuff.
Had a feeling.
Yeah.
Had a feeling.
It plays exactly how you think it would. They do have some updated stuff. When you go into VATS now, it doesn't freeze time and space, and the enemy's just looking at you. The enemy will still slowly be doing whatever it was doing, so it just kind of slows time down a lot for you.
I thought it slowed down time as last time as well.
No, it completely stopped time.
What about New Vegas?
I don't remember, honestly.
One of them, they were still moving a little bit when you were using VATS.
I've played 3 and New Vegas, and I want to say
It might be New Vegas, and I can't remember.
they were still moving a bit. So maybe that was New Vegas. I could be wrong, though. I did not play a lot of either of those games.
Yeah. Did you not like those games? Or just got bored?
Yeah, I don't. You know, it's been so long since I even tried them. Something about it just did not grab me. But I could not tell you what. I can tell you I have all the achievements in the PC version of Fallout 3.
Okay. Sure.
How long did you play to get all the achievements?
Yeah.
7 minutes, probably.
Yeah, that's what I
7
thought.
minutes, but I got
thought.
all the achievements for the DLC. I got all of them. I got every one of them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You might not get a whole lot of Fallout 4 then, honestly. It's still very much the same thing. I found a lot of my time so far has just been building a base, and I am actually surprised at how well that works without breaking everything. Because when they announced that and showed off like video of that feature at E3, my first thought was, oh yeah, because Bethesda games weren't buggy enough without adding like literal thousands of things you can place anywhere in this area. It works pretty good, all things considered.
Is it better than Fallout Shelter?
Like the base building aspect
Sure.
of Fallout
Yeah.
4 or
Yeah.
Fallout 4?
What's a better vault base building game?
It's not really that you're building a vault necessarily in Fallout 4. You're just kind of like putting up walls or like putting in chairs and tables and stuff.
You're building like a shanty town.
Yeah, that's exactly it, actually. There's even an option for like prefab buildings, so you can just put up a whole building if you have enough materials for it.
Do people come and live there?
Yeah, you're basically building them for settlers. There's like factions going on in this wasteland, and you're doing quests for them, and you're trying to like keep them happy and sustaining them. And when you're building a base, you kind of want to build it so that like their happiness is going up. You want to give them defense. You want to give them the ability to like have clean, drinkable water and harvest their own food. Like you're trying to basically build life back up on the wasteland, essentially.
All right.
Right, so question for you, Paul.
Yeah.
As someone who has not played any Fallout games,
yeah,
but I have access to 3 and New Vegas, do you think I should play them instead of getting Fallout 4, or should I get Fallout 4?
For you specifically?
I think you should get 4.
You should get 4.
Yeah.
Because you're going to anyways at some point.
To be fair, I got those for like dirt cheap, so.
Yeah.
I mean, like new consoles, just get 4.
I have heard that
I've heard the new
is
console
actually
versions.
shit on console.
I've been hearing that a lot too. I've been hearing PC's the way to go,
I
and
have
even
to
then, that's
put
still
that out there that I've been playing on PC, and it is still a buggy Bethesda game, but it's the least buggy Bethesda game I've played yet.
Okay, but the PC version.
The PC version. I've heard the
Okay.
console version is bad, like really bad. So
Yeah, or the Xbox One has like stuttering issues, and I forget what the PS4's problem was.
does it even like work on the PS4? Bethesda doesn't have a great track record with PlayStation.
I've heard
think
they're fine.
it's like some major issue. They both have some major issue, and obviously PC crashes like always.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking technical level, it has. I've had some frame drops, like frame rate drops, randomly when I'm using my sniper scope and zooming into an area with like a lot of things that you can pick up in it. So like there is some frame rate drop here and there. For the most part, it's a pretty solid 60. Like full. There's not very many problems with that. There have been a few times where your companion will just like be in a wall because that wall is like not an object that can hold them back or something. And there was one time where like one of the enemies just like didn't have a head. It was just like somewhere. I don't know. It's a Bethesda game. There's weird, quirky, shitty bugs in there. There hasn't been anything game breaking like some of the other games, so yet. So that's been good. It's more of the same though. You are in a wasteland. You are meeting people and deciding whether you want to help them or just kill them and take all their shit. You are looking for like a certain objective that is like your mission, the main campaign thing throughout the game, and work towards that by getting better equipment and getting money, and it's a fucking Fallout game. Like there's nothing new here. Crafting weapons has made it so that you want to pick up literally everything, and encumbrance is the biggest bitch now because of it. Because there's a reason.
So now it actually
why.
means something?
It actually means something, and for the first time like ever, I am actually wanting to put points into strength just so I can carry more stuff, because if you have more stuff, you can mod your weapons to do more damage or like have faster reload or better accuracy, all that sort of stuff. So you're actually making your life easier by picking up a bunch of stuff that you can do something with when you get back to a base. And if you don't level up strength, like you run out of space real fucking quickly.
Can't you just put it on your like dog?
You can, yeah, but I don't think you realize how much stuff you can pick up. You can pick up a lot of shit. And it adds up real quick. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Like, I've worked...
Is it the best Fallout?
I mean, yeah, it is, because it's the new one. The same experience that people had when Fallout 3 came out back years ago, and like everybody was excited and couldn't get enough of it. This is a modern like version of that. This is the new version of that. Like Fallout New Vegas, I don't think even had as much fanfare or something. Maybe it's just the time in between them. But like
It also was a different studio, so
yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about really the feeling of just like being excited to explore more of the world, because Fallout 3 was new, where it's like these old games were doing like a first person version of it, and people are like, well, I need to see how this turns out. People like loved it, ended up loving it. This is that same feeling again, because they've added enough to make it feel like there's a reason to play this version instead of the other ones, but they haven't changed it enough that you feel like it's a new game. That makes sense?
gotcha.
Yeah. It's been good. Like, I think I have just about almost 20 hours in it, and it came out this week, and I've worked 3 10-hour shifts there as well. So, like, I've been playing it nonstop when I get home, sleeping for a few hours, and going to work.
All right. That's a pretty good recommendation right there.
It's pretty good considering these like open world games are not generally my jam, like at all. So I recommend it, especially if you liked any of the other Fallouts. This is the new, better version of that.
Cool.
That's it.
John, you've been gone for 4 weeks. Tell us about all the games you've been playing.
I mean, I did actually play some games. I played Triforce Heroes.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're both on the same page.
So here's
Well,
the thing.
I
I'm
mean, we
not
talked about it
interested in
last week. You know my feelings.
I know,
about
but
this
like
game.
I
Alright,
thought
so-
maybe John would be the one that's like, it's not so bad. But if he's like,
Here's
yeah,
the thing. Here's the thing. Multiplayer, 2 other people in the room, great game. That's what we did for at first.
okay,
yeah,
But the problem was on the trip, because we were on a trip and it came out the next day on the trip. There were 4 of us that picked up the game.
I don't think that's the big issue.
No. I'm here. I'm getting to it. There was
Okay.
4 of us that picked up the game. So one of us always had to be playing single player.
Oh,
And
single players. Do not play that game single player.
Single player is a thing. I
That's
have beaten the
worst.
game, and I've beaten the game in single player
Why would you do that?
because I wanted to see what the costumes were, and I wanted to beat it. And
That sounds so difficult.
It's not that bad. Actually, the only world that was difficult was the final one. But that was like pull out your hair frustratingly difficult. Based on,
I'm just trying to think of like some of the puzzles you have to do, and they're pretty like close timing in terms of like 2 people hitting a switch in an order or something. How like do they just make it longer? I guess
I don't think so, actually. I think all the timing is the same no matter what.
that sounds so annoying. Like
There are some annoying parts.
stacking up all 3 of them and then rotating between them to make sure you got the right guy tossing the right other guy.
The one good thing about it is in single player, like you can control the tower and use like the special attack on top.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's why I was thinking.
That is the one major difference between them, and it makes a world of a difference.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
How much online play did you do against?
I've done 0 online.
Okay.
It's all been local and none.
Okay,
Right,
so the online with other people,
I've heard is terrible.
it's real bad. So I've been playing more of it. I'm not even sure I'm going to finish this game because I am literally getting so frustrated with people online that I just can't even like deal.
You're playing with random people, right?
Just random people.
I've heard the random community is terrible, like to the point where they will on purpose prevent you from beating a stage.
No, I haven't had anything like that. Like I've had some good people, and like when you get some good people, and when it's not lagging, which is rare, it's fine. It's almost as good as probably local multiplayer. But like the most recent time I was playing, like if the other people just don't know what the solution to the puzzle is, there's no way you can tell them. Like that game needs at least something for me to point. You can't even point in that game. Like, oh, these people were just. I was so angry at the people I was playing with. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna finish this game because I just do not want to go through that again.
Yeah, if I'm ever playing this game online, it's going to be with friends, so we can like talk on Skype and like, hey, just let's do this.
Yeah,
I feel like that would make a world of a difference.
Like, even if they at least had a point, like, let me take out my stylus, let me control a fairy or something to be like, no, circle this thing, you got to go over there. Like, oh, it is insane. But probably not single player sounds even more insane. I can't believe you did that. I went to the first puzzle in the first level of single player and noped right out of that.
Wait, what was the one where you have to throw people up onto like the tower?
Yeah, and I was like, this is not happening. I'm not sitting around rotating through 3. Like, once I figured, like, oh, that's how this is gonna be. Nope. I'll go back to people.
It's not too bad. Like you definitely go through things faster. The real thing that sucks is trying to do any of those extra challenges.
I can't even imagine.
Those are anything timed is the worst.
Yeah, like and again with randoms, like I'm not touching that. There's no way we can't even coordinate on this with no time schedule. I'm not gonna say now we have less hearts. Like, holy smokes.
Yeah, that game is a thing. If you're gonna get it, for God's sake, have 2 other people to play with.
like have
Keep
a
in mind that
brother or
you-
something that you can play.
Like
you
2
have,
brothers.
You have to play it with 3 people. You can't do
Oh,
it with
yeah.
2 players, which is also stupid.
Have a
But
brother
I
Or
guess
and
it's
sister.
go get 4 swords. You can play that single player.
4 Swords Adventures, the GameCube one, is more expensive to play, but it's fucking better by a lot. You can at least play that one sensibly single player too. Yeah, I don't know. It's only get that if you have other people to play with. It is not worth the slog in single player. I don't know if I finished it. I don't know if I'm even
recommend
gonna.
it even with friends. Like, there's nothing to do outside of those levels. Like the town is bare. They
Well,
want
that doesn't bother. That's nitpicky at this point because
No, I
like
don't think
that's the
so.
same
'Cause
with
there's
Four
no,
Swords. That's the same with Four Swords. Four Swords
yeah,
was just stages.
it was just a. You're right. I don't know, but I liked Four Swords.
I think the problem is you're looking for a Zelda experience. This is not a Zelda
I
experience.
think because they show a town, like it's almost like they're teasing me. Like there could be more, but no.
The town is the biggest fucking waste of time.
Yeah, there's nothing in there. It's just people talking about, hey, are you on Spot Pass yet? And no, I'm
Yeah.
not on Spot Pass. Why do you keep
So-
talking to me about Spot Pass?
Here's the thing. There's a bunch of little hidden things around town. They don't do anything. They make it seem like there's like you go to this spot and it's like, oh, here's a hidden message, and it'll say like you need a lot of friends to encode this. I figured out how to encode it. It's the fucking message that says it's a secret to everybody.
What?
It's like, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Like, okay, so in the town there's like the little moat you can swim in.
Yes.
There's like a little wall that you can read there, and it says
Okay.
like something in a Hylian language. If you show up in a certain outfit, it translates it.
Okay.
And I thought, oh, maybe it'll be how to get a new costume or something. It's literally translates to it's a secret to everybody.
Amazing.
I know.
Is there other stuff in the town? Like there's there's one of the single player statues over there. People keep talking about a ghost. Like do these lead to anywhere?
I don't know. I still haven't figured out about the statue. It keeps saying like if you say a certain thing, it'll come to life.
Okay.
But I
What
don't
about
know
the ghost thing? People keep talking about a ghost.
what is the people in the town?
Yeah, they mentioned a
Oh,
ghost.
they're talking about the princess because you can find the princess hiding around town.
Does that do anything for you?
No.
Amazing. Great. But hey,
It-
every time you finish a stage, it reminds you can take a photo because they dedicated the X button to take a
You know when
screenshot.
when I take a photo is when the stage is done because that's the only time I remember that feature's in the game.
I
All my photos are just pictures of like stage complete.
Right?
I can't believe they dedicated a face button to take a screenshot. It's insane.
It's a weird choice. It's a weird game. If you want my honest opinion, Four Swords is better. Miles better.
This is maybe the worst Zelda game?
No, I've played Link's Crossbow Training.
I mean, I haven't played that one, but second worst Zelda game?
I
think
like
you could not
you
count
can make a
that
case.
when you
can make
say
a case
Zelda
for a
games.
couple things. It's not a core Zelda game. The problem is a lot of people think it is, and it almost tries to be, which is a bad idea.
I just don't
It's-
even think it's what it does. It does very well. You need such a specific setup for this to be any fun.
I remember when I played the game at E3, there were two things I took away from it. One of them was having to aim in like 8 directions is going to be a pain in the ass because it requires some precision, and it ends up you're actually a little more accurate than 8 different directions than I thought. Because like you can shoot your bow in like maybe 16 or 32 directions, for example.
It's real great when you have to have a random online aiming your bow for you.
That's the other thing, is the fact that in multiplayer, you don't aim your shots if you're in a totem, and you need to totem a fair amount in that game.
Yep.
That's actually what I found single player easier in a way, was because you could control the way you looked and fired in a totem. That can make a huge difference. Plus, most of your totem is invincible. So,
Most of the totem is invincible in single player.
yeah,
I don't think that's the case in.
it is the case in single player.
No, I'm
Because,
saying in multiplayer. I think everyone gets hurt if you get whacked.
yeah. But in single player, only one of the 3 characters is real at a time. So the other 2 don't take damage as a result.
Oh my god, what if they fall off the stage?
Oh, that's the only way they take damage.
Okay, because I just did something in World like 6 or something where the boss was on like a teeter-totter thing.
That's the only stage and boss I've had issues with.
That was ridiculous.
That was a pain in the ass in single player.
Yeah, like I could not stand the people I was playing with. But anyway, yeah, I don't like that game.
I only recommend it if you have 2 other human players, preferably locally, that you can play with. That's my only way I'd recommend it.
I'll be writing my review soon. It won't be doing very good.
I can tell it won't be good. It's interesting. This is like the first Nintendo game we've both agreed was bad, because usually one of us likes it over the other.
That's true. You're wrong a lot of the time. That is true.
Wow, Sean. Wow. Strong words.
So that's not true. Yoshi's New Island we don't like.
Oh yeah, that's right too.
It happens every now and then.
That was garbage, yeah. I haven't played Woolly World yet. Have you played it yet?
I've played the first world of it, and
Uh,
it's delightful. It's charming.
all right, that's good to know. I've got a couple games I picked up. I got to play through. I picked up Halo 5. So
That's really good.
I'm good. Glad
It's
to
a
hear
lot
that.
of fun.
I got to try that out at some point. But I did play a game that a lot of people have been talking about lately, Undertale.
I want to play this. Yeah,
You should play it. It's really good.
I hear
I
that.
I completely enjoyed my time with it. Paul, I'm curious to get your opinion on this because
Oh,
I know you've
here
talked
we
about it in the
go.
past.
Fuck. Okay.
All right.
Let's get people to hate me again, John. Let's do it.
This is what I thought I heard, that you did not like Undertale.
That's not true at all. I love a lot of what Undertale does. I hate
Mm-hmm.
mechanically how that game plays.
Well, you hate the dodging?
Yeah, it's just monotonous and boring. Except for some parts where it isn't, and it makes me think that I was wrong. Then it goes back to being monotonous and boring. There's a few boss fights where they change it up, and it's real cool.
Yeah.
And then there is
Well, the boss fights in that game are great.
for the most part, like, the Mad Dummy's not very good. Just straight up. It's kind of eh.
Don't even consider that a boss. I forgot.
That game does, though, I think, because that is literally all there is in that area. And
I guess that's a good point.
that song, though, like, the music in all of it's great. The Mad Dummy theme is fucking phenomenal. So I give it a pass on that. I don't like how that game plays mechanically. I like what that game tries to do narratively, and I hate that they take that away at the end. And I don't know how to explain that without ruining it for Sean specifically.
Yeah, please don't.
I don't think they take away anything narratively.
No, they don't. They undermine it, though. That whole game, the best thing about that game is what they do narratively, and then one of the things at the very end is very much just like a fuck you, we're just trying to be weird thing.
Oh,
Please don't spoil this.
yeah,
It seems like you're getting
talking
close.
Okay,
about.
that's as close as we can get.
Is it the neutral ending thing?
Yeah.
That is very not.
Serious. You guys should just change the topic. It sounds like you're so close to just spoiling it.
All right. I thought that was funny, personally. I thought
Sure.
that part. If we are talking about a specific fight, then
yeah.
I thought that part.
I don't
was
know if
really
I
funny.
would call it a fight so much as running around, but yeah, we're talking
No,
about the same
I
thing.
I liked it though. I honestly liked that part a lot, and I liked what it was doing, even if you fucked up at that part.
I didn't. Okay, we can't talk about this honestly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a
So just don't.
heavy spoiler.
We
It's
can-
basically like there's three different ways to end the game. There's true pacifist, there's neutral, and there's genocide.
Yes.
I'm
I'm watching somebody do genocide right now because I don't
Yeah.
have the patience to.
Yeah, it's the neutral and technically part of true pacifist that we're talking about.
Sorry, there's 3 different endings?
There's two core endings. Basically, if you're playing the game, like people want you to do one or the other.
Yeah.
But if you don't do either, you'll just get what's called a neutral ending.
Okay, so there are
And
3 different
there's-
endings?
There's technically like I think a dozen different neutral endings.
You know.
Oh, okay.
You know, whatever. Okay, this is what makes this game interesting, and the reason I played it is that it is an RPG where you cannot kill anything if you want to. That's like the
Yeah.
thing that got me to play it. So
If you-
just
yeah,
in
if you don't
general,
wanna
there is
kill
a
anyone, you can't.
pacifist ending, and there's at least one where you don't kill people, and another one where you kill people like a lot.
Where you kill. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's kill everyone. There's kill no one, and then there's in between.
I wouldn't count the in between because the two polarized. Like there's
Mm.
two, and then like various shades of gray, basically.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's kind of why you play that game because there's 2 ways to go about it, and I don't see the point of the genocide run besides like I'm watching it right now, somebody do it, and I like the flavor that they add to a lot of the stuff, but I didn't want to just go in and play another RPG the way RPGs are played, where you grind up and kill stuff. I like that Undertale has like a pacifist run. That's what got me to actually play it.
The true way to play that game, in my opinion, is the pacifist run. The genocide run is just a flavor thing. But here's the thing: I've done both pacifist and genocide. Genocide has some of the best songs in the game, and 2 of the best boss fights. Like the final boss fight in genocide is amazing. It is also
Dude,
fucking
they've all been amazing
difficult.
because of
No,
Okay, this is another problem. Oh my god, how do we even talk about this?
John, did you play it on Genocide or did you watch stuff?
I played both Pacifist. I played
Okay.
Pacifist first, then I did Genocide.
Maybe you guys should spoiler cast this.
We may have the spoiler cast this.
Could even do that tonight.
I was gonna.
That's
Well,
also true.
I mean, you could. I was gonna say, but that would then force me to try and get it done soon, so I could be part of it. But
Yeah.
if you wanted, like, I mean,
Okay, the thing is, Genocide Run, I don't think I would be getting as much out of watching it if I hadn't played the other way first.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
It adds another layer to all the characters. It's actually really interesting.
Kill everyone, kill no one, and 50 Shades of Grey is like, yeah, that's a perfect way to describe Undertale.
Have you seen all of Genocide, Paul, or have you only
I'm halfway
only gotten so
through
far?
it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you haven't gotten to the final boss fight. Is really good. The music, the song is great. It's a long, crazy difficult fight. It took me 20 tries roughly to beat it.
See,
is
I
it
don't
worth
have
like
the patience for that.
if is it worth like moving on if if we're gonna spoiler cast this just so we're not talking twice
You
or
know
you're
what?
not talking
Probably
twice.
not. Because then we wouldn't have to talk around it either.
I guess. Moral of the story: Undertale. I highly, highly recommend it. It will definitely be on my top 10 this year, hands down.
Whoa! Spoilers for the game of the year.
I know a lot of people don't want to play it because it's hyped to shit right now, and I get that. And I usually am the same. I don't like hype games, but honestly, this is one I'd actually make an exception for.
It does. The thing is, I think the people, when people see the hype, it's for the wrong reasons. Like, they see the hype and they think it's for a certain thing, but really it's what the game does as a whole and what, like, it tries to do with its kind of, like, meta narrative of how you play the game and how, like, things in the game respond to you depending how you play it that make it interesting. It's not just like this character is funny or something, even though there is a lot of that. It's kind of like what these characters end up to mean to you or not mean to you, and how it's a weird thing to explain, but like, yeah, I mean, with any fan base, some people take it too far and people don't want to be associated with that. On the other side, this is a video game that tried to do something through its gameplay narratively that I think works out quite well, and it is worth taking a look at for that alone. Even if you're like me and you don't like how it plays, because I don't like the mechanical part of the game, but I really like a lot of what that game does.
And I like the mechanics of that game, and I think it's really well done. There's a lot of stuff that I can't say for spoiler reasons, but it does some cool shit that you would not expect.
If you like bullet hell, you'll be fine with it.
Yeah, it's if you like shmup style, like dodging and stuff like that, it's really good for that.
Yeah.
Hey John, are you gonna play what was that other game that we were both like, John, you should play it, and he's like, I'm gonna play Undertale first. Came out around the same time
Oh shit, I know what you're
by
talking
the Stanley
about too.
Parable guy.
And you said it
The
was like 2
Beginner's
hours
Guide.
long.
Beginner's Guide. Are you gonna play that now?
Maybe I didn't pick it up because traveling.
Okay, Paul has it again, and it's like 2 hours long, an hour and a half actually.
It
You
is
should play that
actually an
game.
hour and a half. I have
That's
watched 5 people play through it.
I'll think about it.
Can you,
How's-
just for me, like, even if it's just for me, can you, like, let me watch you play it? Like, if you don't
guess.
stream it, or, like, don't
I probably
do, like, an LP
probably
or
won't
something.
stream it.
Okay.
I probably won't stream it. I probably won't LP it.
Because that game, like, the reason I liked watching people play it is because there's parts in that game that kind of, like, show me who they are as a person, and I want to,
Okay.
yeah,
weird.
yeah, just the way they react to certain things.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Maybe once I get the living room fully unpacked, you can come over and I'll just hook it up to the TV.
Ooh, we could order pizza.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh man, I want pizza so badly.
You can go.
People can
too.
actually hang out at my place and we can do stuff. I actually had someone over today. We ended up playing a game I can't discuss because I'm hiding it for a stream.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I'll tell you guys.
Yeah,
You know what? I'll just tell you in the chat again. But that's all I played.
Sean, what have you
You'll
been
understand
doing?
why I couldn't tell you.
Is it the one you just typed a second ago?
No, it's this one.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
I think I've forgotten the name of it, but the full name of it. But the first and last words are right.
Okay.
Giant Bomb's done some stuff with it. That's how I knew about
Oh.
it, and it's really good.
Okay. I've never heard of it. So
Sean, what have you been playing?
what have I been playing? I've been playing a whole bunch. Games are coming out.
You played one of the trilogy of big games that came out this week. So
What's the third one?
the last part of the StarCraft 2 trilogy, Legacy of the Void, came out the same
I did not
day.
know that came out this week.
Yeah, they all three came out this week.
Yeah, so I can finally talk about Rise of the Tomb Raider. I had been under, an NDA or whatever, and it broke on Monday or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Because I guess it came out Tuesday, so I can finally talk about Rise of the Tomb Raider. That game is a lot of fun.
I was debating picking it up today, but I ended up grabbing Halo instead.
That game's a lot of fun too. It's a great month for
A
Xbox.
lot of good games are out right now. Yeah.
Yeah, both for Xbox exclusive. But if you liked the last Tomb Raider, this is just more of that. It's just more open-ended of the last Tomb Raider. So it plays very similarly. There's less like set piece kind of moments of you like, I don't know, charging down an avalanche or whatever. There's less Nathan Drake stuff. And now it's more sandboxy. I don't want to say it's open world, but like every area is almost like a jungle gym for you to just climb around and find little hidden artifacts and random hidden tombs and all these other different stuff. Like you could always go back in the last game to search for stuff, but I found myself never quite doing that. It was much more linear than Rise's. Rise is huge. It's more Metroidvania, in which you're gonna come across a lot of gates that you can't open until you get like the bow and arrow that has the rope, so you can pull the gate open and stuff like that. So there are definitely reasons to go back this time. I'm not gonna say it's Metroidvania, because I feel like that implies a need to go back.
I don't think I call the Batman games Metroidvania.
Yeah,
and that's something the Batman games do.
Yeah. It's similar to that, in which there's a few secrets if you go back, but there's not a need to. And then apart from that, it plays basically the exact same. The bow is crazy deadly. You get fire arrows. I just unlocked grenade arrows. If anyone's playing it, they'll know where I am now. It looks great. The story is pretty interesting. The bad guy seems to have a pretty good like motive. So that's definitely quite interesting. One thing that's not in there that was in a lot of, I don't want to say it was in it wasn't advertising the game, but I remember when this game was announced and stuff, people were talking about how it's going to deal with Laura's like psyche after like murdering all these people.
Yeah.
That is not in this game. So wherever that idea came from, they threw that out. You're just murdering fools, left, right, and center once again. There's also a lot less like grotesque deaths for Laura. I remember that in the first game. If you died in horrible ways.
Yeah.
Now you'll just kind of like ram into something and there'll be blood and it'll go back. No more like I think in the last game I remember a branch going like up through her jaw at one point when I was dying. So they toned that down a lot. Apart from that, I almost feel like this is the same thing with your Fallout 4. It's just it is more of that other game, but just better. I don't think there's anything really new. I know there's some side modes I haven't played yet. One of which has like Twitch integration, from what I've been reading.
Yeah, I heard about this, but I don't know what it is. I was hoping maybe you could elaborate.
I haven't played it, but from what I've been looking into, it's kind of like a challenge mode where when you link it to your Twitch account and you're streaming, people will be able to, there will be like polls getting sent up and people can vote.
What? Really?
That's amazing. Like, I don't want to say they're exactly polls, but the players will get to vote about implementing like a card. There's it's like a card-based system, and the cards can like improve Laura's ability to like fight people in there, and they can also like negatively impact. So you'll like send other enemies and stuff.
Cool. Okay.
Interesting.
From what I've been reading,
I love it.
I haven't played much of that. I've just been going through the story, but I've put a good chunk of time in that. I want to say I've put at least 10 hours or so, and completion percent is hard to tell because there's so many collectibles, but I'm at
Yeah.
like 35%.
Nice.
And story wise, I gotta have at least another quarter, if not a third, to go. So it's a meaty game. There is a lot there.
Mhm.
Another thing I will say, they focused a lot more tombs to be raiding in this one,
Yeah.
and there are more tombs, but each tomb is basically one puzzle. Like you'll walk into like a kind of a big open space. You got to look around, figure out, okay, I can interact with these four things. And then once you figure out the order you need to connect the things together through like arrows or lighting things on fire, then you're done. So they're really short. I think there's 9 of them in the game, and they pop up randomly, but they're really short.
Huh.
But I'm still having just like a ton of fun. Like I said, each section is like a huge jungle gym of you just crawling around, and Laura can navigate through areas in so many different ways, whether it's like swinging, climbing up walls with her ice picks, using rope launchers, stuff like that. So it's just kind of fun navigating and finding more stuff to look for and whatnot.
All right.
Cool.
Well, I'll ask you the same question I asked Paul about Fallout 4. I've got access to the original Tomb Raider, and I did not play it. Do you suggest I get the new one or I play the old one?
I would say jump to the new one. It is better, but I also really liked that first one.
It does some really good stuff. Yeah.
I mean, and if you liked Uncharted, you'll enjoy the first one too.
Actually,
But
did
if
you
you
like
were-
Resident Evil 4? Because if you liked that, you'll enjoy Tomb Raider. It plays very similarly.
Really?
What?
I didn't
Yeah.
hear that comparison at all.
Like, anytime there's a firefight, yeah, it does. It's a third-person action shooter where guys are coming at you or shooting at you.
I mean, but that's like every shooter.
It feels like
it's,
Resident Evil
it's
4,
Uncharted.
though.
It is Uncharted.
No, it feels
Okay.
way better than Uncharted. Uncharted's gunplay is terrible.
I guess that's true. It's never been amazing, but anyway, if you could only pick one, I would say the second one, just because it's bigger and better.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that first one is like a fun, wild ride. It might be worth like playing like an hour of it just to see some of the cool intro scenes, because there's going to be a lot of chaos right up front, which could then even inform you if you're interested in this game or not. Those are both good games, and you should have like 3 copies of the first Tomb Raider. It's been on Games of Gold and PlayStation Plus like 2 or 3 times.
I probably do have the Games with Gold version of it. I saw like the definitive edition of the first one also for sale for like $20 today.
No,
And
I'm pretty sure you have the
360 version.
definitive edition on Games with Gold or PlayStation Plus, if not both. I'm quite sure of this.
And I have it on Steam, so you have access to a
I-
PC version as
Because
well.
I'm pretty sure it came out on one of the past gen systems, the standard version. Then we got both of the definitive editions in PlayStation Plus and Games with Gold. So
That's
you
true.
have that game in spades.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's Rise of the Tomb Raider. It is a ton of fun. I'm having such a blast with it.
Cool.
Another game I'm having just a huge blast, and I did not expect to have this much fun, was Tales from the Borderlands. So the season finale came out, I want to say 2 weeks ago now, 1 week ago now. And that game has been a delight the whole time. It's been hilarious the whole time, and the final episode just brings it home in a great way. I was laughing. There's some real heartfelt moments. Like, they tie things up really nicely. They open up the end for like sequel, but it's a roller coaster of emotion. They hit them all really well, and it's so absurdly cool in like the final battle fight. Like, I'm gonna say, if you're a fan of Voltron, you're gonna enjoy this. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, there's a reference in there too. And yeah, as a fan of both of those, that was a great. This is the best Telltale adventure game since Walking Dead Season 1.
Wow.
Easily. So if you played Season 1 of Walking Dead and you've like, well, there's so many of them, which ones should I jump on? This is the one you should be jumping on. Yeah. What else have I been playing? Oh, sorry, we already talked about Triforce Heroes. I finished Ace Attorney 2 this week, finally.
Cool.
That was great. I've immediately started Ace Attorney 3.
Definitely a good
that final courtroom battle in Ace Attorney 2 lasts forever and is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That final case in 2 is like long, but I remember the twist in it. That twist gets you. It's pretty good.
I'm trying to think with twist because I don't remember anything being like shocking to me.
Well, in Ace Attorney 2, yeah, there's a pretty big twist in the second case, or in the last case of it.
Well, to be fair, isn't every single case has a twist? Because
I guess, but it's
like
it's
every
different.
case, someone's framed, and then
Yeah,
um,
true.
okay, I think I know what the case. I like. Okay, so I feel like there's not much spoilers. I won't say exactly what happens. This game is 10 years old almost. Um, but it's the first time
it is
that
because it's Game Boy Advance.
I don't. I was just about to say it. I almost don't want to.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's interesting because it's unique from all your other cases. I'll say that. Anyway, I'm in Ace Attorney 3. Just started it. It'll probably take me just as long to finish this one.
Ace Attorney 3 is better in my opinion than 2. I think 2 is the weakest of the original 3. But
Okay.
I think the final case of 2 makes up for the rest of 2.
It was just kind of annoying because I like really wanted to be like done, and it
Yeah.
just kept going forever. But darn, too much good game to play.
I know, how dare.
Yep. Here's the question for you. When I finish 3, should I jump onto Dual Destinies or should I play the spin-offs that happened in between?
Ooh, okay, so I have not played Investigations. I was playing through Apollo Justice. I haven't finished it. I got to 3 out of I think 4 cases in Apollo Justice. Everyone I've talked to about Apollo Justice that's played the whole series has said you can probably skip it. There's like one gag in I think the second case that might be worth it. Other than that, you can pretty much skip it and go straight to Dual Destinies.
What about like story stuff? Because the stories like they do connect. Like those characters do evolve.
But apparently, it's the connection is small enough that most people are saying don't worry about it. I still wanted to play through.
I'm having like 3 separate people in the chat say play, like the 4 people now saying play Apollo Justice before Dual
Weird,
Destinies.
because anytime I ask, people are like, "No, don't. You can skip it."
In fact, they're even one guy says the 4th case is amazing, so maybe you shouldn't have stopped.
What? Everyone I've talked to in the past has been like, "Yeah, you can pretty much skip Apollo Justice."
Yeah, well, I guess I'm looking for a copy of Apollo Justice. I might as well do them in order. Like, it's not like I'm trying to catch up or anything. So maybe I think I'm gonna play them. I need to find a copy of Apollo and Investigations because those ones are not on iOS, unfortunately.
There's a twist at the end of Apollo Justice, but it is not built upon in Dual Destinies. Interesting. Okay.
And the last game I've been playing this week is the Nintendo badge thing.
And I played this too.
So I played it for 5 minutes, and I think I'm done forever.
Yeah, that's about really it.
I almost don't want to bring this up. Actually, there's one reason.
It's not really a game.
I was gonna say like it. So it's a claw machine that works almost as bad as claw machines in real life.
That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Like it's not great. The premise is you get 5 free plays, which means 5 free claw drops to try and get badges that you can put on your home screen, which sounds terrible because my home screen is a mess. I don't need more clutter on that thing making me have to scroll to the right further. No, thank you. But I can put a Mario on there now if I want to, and it can have its whole spot. It can get a whole spot.
Cool, man.
And then each for 5 plays, it's $1.29 if you're Canadian.
Yep.
Great.
Which brings me to why I actually wanted to bring this up. So when it was telling me how much it was worth and I saw $1.29, I'm like, oh, that's right. My 3DS is still Canadian. I should go change that.
Yeah.
So I go to the settings to where it changes it. If I change it to a new region, which is built in there, I don't get access to the eShop anymore.
Wow.
Great.
So I'm going to stay in Canada with
So this is
my
the
3DS.
same problem you had with your PlayStation Network account.
From what I understand with the PlayStation, PlayStation, the solution to moving regions is make a new account. Which I guess, that is the same problem. The one with the Xbox, it will transfer, but maybe not all of your purchases. So make sure you have absolutely everything downloaded. Which I have a lot of games, and I don't have that much space.
And a lot of Rock Band DLC.
Exactly, like
Yeah.
And when I was thinking of switching it over was when Rock Band came out. I'm like, this is not happening. I'm just gonna stick in 2 currencies for my entire life. Ugh. That's just crazy. You don't have access to the eShop. It's like, well, then why am I changing regions? That's literally the only reason I want to change regions is so I can change currencies. Anyway, that's all I've been playing. We're running so long. Let's get into news. And there's a lot of news I just remembered.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because today was a Nintendo
let's
Direct
try and
day.
go through these quick. Paul, I'm going to delete this first one because that was debunked.
Okay.
What?
Sorry,
that was actually debunked?
Yes. It was a translation error. I wanted it to happen too, buddy. I want it.
I just put it in there and then went on with my life.
For
So,
those
whatever.
who are curious, because we're just sidestepping it, an interview came out with the director from Life is Strange. He said, we're working on Life is Strange 2. It was then retranslated properly to say, he was saying, I would like to work on Life is Strange 2.
That is a big difference.
Quite a big difference. Here's something. Swery, because of low blood pressure, is taking a leave from game development. Short leave, as he puts it.
Yeah.
Let's hope it is actually short.
What was even the last thing he worked on?
D4.
Yeah.
Come on, D4.
Right.
That game's great. I want to see. I don't know if we're gonna get a second D4. The rest of it, I need to know what's going on at the end of that game. But hopefully he comes back. But Swery65 is a cool guy. He posts a lot of pictures of him drinking on Instagram. You should follow him on Instagram.
He
should have
asked
low blood
President
pressure because of how
Obama
much he
to buy
drinks.
him an iPad.
He refers to himself as the Drink King, and that's pretty great. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Rock Band did a promotion this week. They teamed with the phone app called Scruff.
Yeah.
What's Scruff, you say?
It's a gay dating network thing.
It's a gay dating network.
Yeah.
Very similar to Grindr. The thing
Grindr's
with-
actually like about fucking though. This is like I think supposed to be the more refined, like a plenty of fish for
Social.
gay people.
in this one, you can send woofs to each other, as I found out.
Oh, for gay guys specifically, not gay people, like
You're right.
homosexual males.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you sign up and then RSVP to the Rock Band event, you get a free song. So of course I did that. Of course I did that.
Did you
then
put
I
like a
deleted-
profile picture or anything?
I mean, I didn't. I do have a profile picture on Scruff. They did ask me which
All
kind of homosexual men I was into.
okay.
could've-
What did you answer?
I hope you said all of them.
I just went to the next one. I was trying to get to that RSVP thing as soon as possible. I deleted that app, but I do
Okay.
have a profile on there.
All I'm saying
Can
is
you
that
link it?
you're an attractive dude, and you will get a lot of private messages if you actually keep an account there.
I
so
work in San Francisco, you know.
it all makes sense, Sean.
Anyways, that was a funny thing that a Rock Band did. Apparently, Scruff clothing is going to be coming to Rock Band
Cool.
in the future.
Sure.
That's their end. But anyway, you want a song? The song you get, I forget what the artist is, but the song name is Bad Catholics, which is also
Of course.
funny if you think about it.
Yeah.
Life is Strange is getting a retail version.
Yep.
Current gen stuff coming in January 19th, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. There's also I think a limited edition as well. Like you're gonna get some stuff, but I can't remember what exactly was in that. And let's talk about the big one. Nintendo Direct happened today. Pretty good Nintendo Direct in my opinion.
Yeah, solid.
They announced a lot of cool things. No Rhythm Heaven for 3DS. Where's that? Come on. Come on.
Did Fever even sell well?
It was a budget title and it was
Yeah.
fantastic.
But did it sell well? Because that's all that Nintendo cares
I mean,
about. You know that.
it's in Japan. Like, bring it over. Come on.
Because it does really good in Japan. It probably doesn't do as good here.
I'm gonna tell
Beyonce didn't sell Rhythm Heaven Fever. That's the problem. She sold Rhythm Heaven, and that was it.
Rhythm Heaven Fever is one of the best Wii games.
You're not
Easily.
wrong. You're not
Easily.
wrong.
In fact, I would almost say it is in the top 10 Wii games.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Are you really?
I'm trying to think of how many Wii games there are. That's the actual problem, because there aren't that many.
I mean, there's some great Wii games. The Wii's a cool system. I think Rhythm Heaven Fever is so good. That mini game where you're in a plane playing badminton is the best. Okay, Zelda Twilight Princess HD. We
Yep,
we
that
heard the
got
rumors.
spoiled. Yeah,
That's-
weeks ago.
That's a thing. There's going to be a what's her name, Midna amiibo.
Yeah, and they call it the Wolf Link amiibo. It's the Midna amiibo.
It's Midna riding Wolf Link, which I don't know why it's Link's getting the the name, but that's a thing. Hyrule Warriors Legends.
I know you're excited about that.
Still coming to 3DS,
Yep.
and it's
four new characters coming with it.
one of which is female Link.
Oh,
Link-
5 new characters. You're right.
Linkle.
Yeah. So this was something apparently originally they were going to put in the original Hyrule Warriors was a female version of Link, but it didn't get through, so they ended up putting it as DLC apparently.
To be fair, I guess it's not technically a female version of Link because she doesn't fight with a sword and stuff. She fights
with twin crossbows.
Twin crossbows, yeah. Hey, maybe they'll be like automatic crossbows, like Van Helsing.
I think that's what they look like in the attacks.
All right, there you go. But yeah, Linkle, spelled L-E. I wasn't sure about that.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing online. L-E.
Okay.
Unless everybody's wrong.
L-A-N-K-L-E, yeah.
Triforce Heroes is getting stuff that's not going to fix that game, so moving on.
Yeah.
It's getting 2 new costumes and a new tower mode.
Great. I didn't honestly Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. I missed this part too, but that's still a game.
Yeah, that's coming out in like a week. Comes out on the 20th.
You're correct.
It is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but with a lot more content, basically.
Here, this is more interesting. Pokemon Picross was announced.
Yeah.
Free to start is how they refer to it as. They
Yeah.
also refer to the Nintendo badge game as free to start.
Yeah.
No, they straight up said microtransactions for that.
No, they said free to start for the badge
Oh,
game because I
you're
tweeted
right.
it when I saw that.
So here's my hope. Here's my hope with Pokemon Picross. I'm hoping it's free to start like Stretchmo was. Stretchmo was basically like
Stretch Mo much.
Stretchmo was like gave you 5 stages and like, all right, here's how the game works. So if you want to actually get the rest of the game, pick which parts you want or buy it all.
Right.
Right.
I'm hoping that's what they mean. If that's it, then that's whatever. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But they said at least 300 puzzles.
I'm hoping it's like you have like if you screw up too many times, it just like locks you out, and then you have to pay to retry. So I have access to all of them,
Yeah.
but
You have to pay per turn after you fuck up 5 times.
no, I don't want that.
Oh my god.
I don't want that one.
Just punishes you like crazy.
And apparently, you can
Candy Crush developers are watching me like, man, that's a good idea.
That's
the
a great
Pokemon
idea.
that you find you can use in the puzzles to like reveal more stuff. I'm not sure, but hey, new Picross games, so we're all happy. That comes in early December.
Yep.
Pokken Tournament. That game still looks awesome.
Yeah.
That
excited
just
for that.
looks so much fun. That
For
game.
those who don't know what that is, that's a Pokemon fighting game made by the Tekken guys.
Is Pokken just straight up like a pun on the word Tekken?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so, and that's great. And then the original 3 Pokemon games are coming to, or sorry, I shouldn't say the original 3. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow are coming to Virtual Console. Without link cable support. I'm glad they addressed this though. It does have wireless connectivity, which is good. But I'm glad they did show the link cable because when was the last time you got to see a link cable?
Last week.
What?
Well, yeah. I mean,
For me,
yeah.
Okay.
The right answer is like
years.
Yeah.
half of my life ago, basically.
Along with your worm light, right?
Yeah, that was right next to it.
Yeah.
That was right next to it.
No, I had a little spot in that fanny pack.
Did you have the worm light that had the port for the link cable?
No, I didn't. No. It was
Oh
one or the
man,
other.
they made those. Those were great because you didn't have to give up that spot.
I
Nice.
still remember this like helmet-looking thing you could get for it. That would like booster speakers and a light and a magnifying glass.
Oh, you're
I saw
right.
those. It's so dumb.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
Oh man, Game Boys. Super Mario Maker. What happened with this?
Mario Maker, they announced it was getting a website level portal
Right.
in December, which you could look up, search for stages based on certain criteria, and anything stages you liked, you could actually mark off, and it would show up in a list in your actual game when you
This
got
is great. This is real good. That's
that game actually really needs that.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
surprised Nintendo's doing that, but that's great. Splatoon, it's getting new levels, new costumes, of course.
Yeah.
The article I'm going through is completely out of order.
I've noticed that. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, this was the final thing they showed, but Super Smash Bros. Cloud is coming to it. Who saw that coming? Wow.
Final Fantasy VII.
My Twitter exploded when that happened. That was
I was out when the direct happened. I came home to watch it, and I saw I think Paul made a tweet about it, and I thought it was a joke. So I was like, all right,
No,
whatever.
the
I sat down
tweets
and
I
started watching the
made
Direct.
were jokes. Because people
Yeah,
were just
that's why-
like,
that's
does that
why I
mean
thought-
Goku's confirmed? It's like, yes, that means Goku. It's just like that.
That's why I'm
basically.
like, oh man, is that actually the case? And then just started watching the Direct. Then a friend showed up and he spoiled it while I was watching the
Oh.
Direct.
Well,
So I was like, all right, whatever.
Like, it's
But
a-
I was like, that was real? Damn.
yeah. Yeah.
He actually looks pretty fun to play.
Yeah, he did look pretty cool with his like limit break and stuff. But
I loved how pissed off so many people I saw were. Like, they were just so fucking angry. And I was like, really? It's Smash.
why? What's to be angry about?
Like, Smash is literally just nostalgia characters fighting each other. What are you...
What's to be angry about?
I think they probably think this was the character from the vote.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
maybe.
That's probably why they were upset.
Huh.
I think it seemed like they were more pissed off that this wasn't a Nintendo property. Which is,
Neither
like...
Snake, technically.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing I go back to. Because Snake was, like, my favorite character. He was not very good, but he was my favorite.
Snake was actually top
He-
10, I think. in
Was he?
Brawl. I think he was actually somewhat really good.
Somewhat really good. Well,
Yeah.
either way,
Well, I
I know
mean,
I wasn't
wasn't
really
the
good with
best.
him.
He wasn't Meta Knight.
The rest of these I don't really care about. Mario Tennis, they showed you can jump now.
Yes,
That's actually pretty game breaking.
that's pretty great.
Fair.
Yeah.
That game looks really good. I'm gonna pick it up. It comes out not this Friday, but the next.
November 20th.
Yep.
Cool.
Xenoblade Chronicles X. There's a bunch of patches you can already download. 8 gigs worth.
Yes.
So
Actually,
here,
I think it's
so
closer
here's
to
the thing.
10 gigs worth.
When the game came out in Japan, apparently there were like loading issues, and you would walk around and a bunch of areas would not be loaded in time. So if you pre-download these patches, then that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So that's why they're doing that.
And if you get the digital version, they're just built into it. But that's going to be a huge game. Like I said, 10 gigs worth of patches.
Well, they also said at the very least just get the basic one, and then you don't have to worry
Yeah.
about the rest. But
I
like,
mean, why wouldn't you get
everything loads faster if you get them all, obviously.
Star Fox Zero, April 22nd. Is anyone excited about that?
I am.
Okay.
I like Star Fox.
Didn't you straight up play that game and said it doesn't look good?
I didn't say it looks good. I said it's weird
Okay.
because of the whole like the first cockpit view thing is weird. I want this to be good. I really want this game to be good.
And this isn't the article, but they showed more of Fire Emblem Fates. They talked about the pricing structure again, which had already been announced. We already knew all that, but they
Yeah.
said February 19th, so
They
that's
confirmed it
exciting.
all officially. Yeah.
So
There's the
Birthright, Conquest, and Revelation is like downloadable story, like behind the scenes stuff. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
I think Last Fire Emblem came out early in the year as well, so that's kind of nice because there's not a ton there. And I think, yeah, we got through the news. There we go.
Yeah, I'm
So
trying to think what else because the direct they talked about Animal Crossing, which was already out. They talked about new amiibos coming out. Yeah, I think that was everything.
yeah, they talked about the board game one, which is out eventually.
This is out tomorrow / today.
It's out tomorrow.
It's out the 13th.
Oh, okay. There you go.
New Hearthstone adventure came out today as well. There's a reason to jump back in.
Oh, Astro's right. They actually introduced. They said a big thing. Dragon Quest 7 and Dragon Quest 8
Yeah,
for
that's
3DS
right.
Yeah,
are
that's right.
finally coming stateside.
That was a big thing. Yeah, that wasn't in my list.
That was like the only thing I cared about reading on Twitter. That came out of everything.
What was that Final Fantasy game they talked about for 3DS as well? That actually looked pretty good.
Explorers.
Explorers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an action one, so it's not turn
That's
based.
the one that's Monster Hunter-ish, isn't it?
I looked a little in Monster Hunter. Yeah,
I don't know how that's going to play. I was at work. I couldn't really spend a lot of time researching it. So,
I don't know, but they look good. They all look good.
yeah.
And they mentioned Bravely Second still coming out, which makes me happy.
Yeah, it had a subtitle now. I forget what it was called, but
I don't remember either.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mother
was-
3 coming to Japan pissed off a lot of people as well. That
Whoa,
was
wait,
funny
what?
to read. Monster Hunter, or not Monster Hunter, Mother 3 coming to Virtual Console in Japan pissed off a lot of
Yeah,
people.
that was in the Japan stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get it eventually. I still need to play Earthbound. Okay, let's move on to questions.
Yeah.
John, do you remember how people could send questions in?
Top10perspective@gmail.com, TDP Podcast on Twitter, Top 10 Perspective on Facebook, and that one method that everyone likes to point out but me, my P.O. Box.
Yeah. Okay, I'll read this first one. Ninja skill. Oh, don't put your cursor there. Okay, there we go. What was the first game that you remember getting so addicted to that you couldn't put it down?
Tetris.
I'm just probably Pokemon.
Oh, probably Mario World.
Okay.
Bravely Second End Layer.
No,
That's the name.
Mega Man 3. Definitely.
Okay.
I played too much of that game as a kid.
I played a lot of this silly Flash game back on what PC operating system was it? This like Windows 3.1 called like Arrow.
Okay.
It was in. I played a lot of that. It's not it's not an actual game thing.
Okay.
Because I can't. I think it's just like it was in one of those like 100 games in one thing that like my dad picked up, but like it's not. It hasn't been on anything else. It was just like complete throwaway. I played a lot of that too.
Next question comes from Brody. I was playing Yoshi's Woolly World when I broke a level that I was fairly into due to some weird glitch. After that, I really don't want to play anymore. Which brings me to my question. Have you ever broken a level in a game that ruins your motivation to play that game, John? Specifically you. I know.
It doesn't say that in the question.
No, I'm throwing that in.
Yes, but I can't remember what game it is. I know there's a game that I glitched so bad I lost hours of progress and just said, fuck it. But I cannot remember what game that was for the life of me.
Wait, didn't that happen in like Ori or something?
With what?
Ori?
Well, no, that was Ori was glitching like crazy, and that made me stop playing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I almost want to say it was Resident Evil 3, but that doesn't sound right.
No, because that game's like 2.5 hours long. It's real short.
Yeah, no, there was some game I was playing, and I just like lost hours of progress due to the game just freaking out.
There's often if I lose like hours of progress, I might just be like, well, I'm done with this game.
Yeah.
Like just no, my time is too valuable to redo this.
Yeah, kind of the same.
I want to say like maybe a solid like quarter. And I wouldn't say this like stopped me forever, but there's definitely been a lot of times where if something like glitches, I'll just be like, well, that's enough for the night. I'm going to go do something else. I'll try again tomorrow. Like it's definitely an easy way to just stop me from playing games. And I can't think of a specific one, but I know that's happened like often enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's move on. Theodore writes in and says, today's Direct had some pretty interesting announcements. I never would have expected the Gen 1 Pokemon games to come to Virtual Console, let alone with multiplayer intact. Cloud Strife and Smash blew my mind, but what really excited me, though, the Fire Emblem Fates English release date. It's coming much sooner than I expected, and it'll be great to finally play the game in a language that I can actually read. So my question is, do you have an idea of which game you'll be playing first, or are you just going to wing it when they come out? Also, what surprised you the most from today's Direct? I have a feeling for surprise, it's all three of us is probably going to be Cloud.
Surprise wise, yeah, probably. I wouldn't have guessed that.
I mean, yeah, I guess I wouldn't have guessed it, but I wouldn't have cared enough to try to guess. So,
okay.
Like, can you be surprised if you don't care?
I guess.
Okay,
I mean, if
it is the most surprising in that
like,
there's
you can
no
be,
way
like,
I could have
surprised
guessed.
and like impressed, like, huh, they did that. Cool.
I guess the rest of it just seems like, yeah, that'll probably happen. Like Pokemon coming back will probably happen. Not a surprise. Like that's probably the most surprising, I guess. Because, PlayStation 1 game character.
Oh, yeah. We never mentioned that they announced the Super Smash Brothers Direct coming in December. Probably shows off Cloud, reveals when he's coming out, and maybe reveals another character.
Right.
As for the Fire Emblem Fates, I'm probably going to play good guy. If I end up finishing it, it'll be good guys, bad guys, then the end one. I'm probably going to try to get
wait, which one's the good guys?
Can you say the names of them again? I don't even remember.
Yeah, one sec. One of them is Conquest, the DLC's Revelations, and Birthright.
I think Birthright was the good guys.
Okay.
Technically.
Are they like separate campaigns, or is it just like the same levels but you're just the other side?
It was something like the first 7 or 8 chapters are the same on both sides, except you're just playing like the other side. But then they vary. Then they change dramatically. But yeah, you are on both sides of a conflict in each. You're on one
So is
side
it
of a
going to be
conflict
like
in each
two?
game.
Like I'm wondering, is this a case of like 2 different games, or is it Pokemon Red and Blue?
Apparently, they are supposed to be 2 different games in the sense that one plays like traditional Fire Emblem, one plays differently. I forget
Oh,
when
that doesn't sound
they
right.
originally described it. There was something that made them seem a lot more different than they kind of seem like now.
I'm probably going to play whatever game gets sent to me from review.
Yeah, Astro
Uh,
says first 6 are the same. Afterwards, they are very different.
Yeah, that makes me want to get both. Like if I was buying this for myself, I'd probably get the bundle. It's like $80 or something like that for both games plus the DLC when that eventually comes.
Yeah,
So what's that for Canadian? Like $200,
yeah, probably.
something around there. And then you get a sweet 3DS case. Anyway, um, but I'll probably end up buying or get whatever one gets sent to me. Maybe I could get both sent to me. Oh, that's going to be like 90 hours straight of Fire
That's a
Emblem.
lot of Fire Emblem, dude.
Yeah, I'd rather just play one and then a few months later play the other one. I'll get whatever gets sent to me and then pick up the other one when it's on sale, when Nintendo games go on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're so known for that.
Yeah. Last question from James. What is a game you think you know really well because you played it so much? For me, it's Sly 2.
Ninja Gaiden.
Mega Man 2.
Burnout Paradise. I also know the Pokemon games pretty well, but I'm going to go with Burnout Paradise.
Probably a safer bet with Burnout.
All right. Once again, if people want to send in questions for next week, topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter and the Facebook group, John's P.O. Box, whatever that number is.
Yep.
And
5
Yep.
5. He has
Yep.
the 5th P.O. Box, so send one there.
in the world.
2
It's-
John
yes.
in Canada.
Yeah, it's just 0005.
P.O. Box 5.
Yep. P.O. Box 5.
Also, in case you didn't know, we have a T-shirt. If people want
Yes.
a T-shirt, I just ordered it because I want that T-shirt.
I should probably
Came out to
do
like
this,
$23 American, including the shipping.
which is $50 Canadian.
No, it's like $30 Canadian.
Yeah.
John, have you even seen the shirt yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Cool.
saw the design like before the shirt even became a shirt.
I know. Yeah, we had posted between us. You just hadn't mentioned it, so I wasn't sure if you had
Yeah.
actually seen it. What are your guys' games of the week?
Undertale.
Fallout 4.
This is hard.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, just Zelda's so good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why aren't you putting Badge Arcade in that running there?
Oh, you're right. To be fair, I don't like Badge Arcade more than Triforce Heroes.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm just like I've had a lot of fun with Tales of Borderlands and Tomb Raider, but what do I want to do? I think I have to give it to Tomb Raider. I just had more fun, which sucks because that means Tales of the Borderlands never gonna be on it. But I can't. I gotta follow the rules.
Yes.
Rise of the Tomb Raider is my game of the week.
Nice.
All right, we'll be back next week. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
See you guys then.
Bye.